Ukraine has been reverberating right across Europe, particularly in the Eastern Baltic States, which until independence in 1991 formed part of what was then the Soviet Union. Well, although these countries are now NATO members, memories of the Soviet domination are still vivid, and people are once again alarmed at what's going on around them. A France 24 team reports now from the Latvian capital of Riga.
These Latvians are commemorating the soldiers who died defending Latvia against Russia in the Second World War. But with Russian troops now in nearby Ukraine, some in the Baltics are scared that history is about to repeat itself.
If Ukraine falls, then Russian ambitions won't stop with this. And I believe that we are going to be next in Russia's list of actions.
It shows the attitude of Russia, how it is, how it goes to another country very easily and is acting in an aggressive manner.
But this memorial service is controversial. These veterans fought in Hitler's army, and they are seen by some as Nazi sympathizers, particularly by Russian speakers living in Latvia. It's a similar dynamic to Ukraine. Pro-Moscow local Russian speakers accusing pro-Western nationalists of being right-wing extremists. And like Ukraine, Russian speakers here say they are discriminated against.
I feel myself like people who is second class, because I have no equal rights with Latvian peoples.
Alexandra has lived his whole life in Latvia, but when the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, like many Russians, he was not automatically made a Latvian citizen. So he lost his job with Riga City Council, and today is classed as a non-citizen without the right to vote.
We want equal rights for our languages. We want equal rights in social and economic rights. It is all.
Around 300,000 Russian speakers, or 13% of Latvia's population, are so-called non-citizens. To become Latvian, they have to prove their knowledge of the Latvian language and culture in a citizenship test, even if they were born here. But the Latvian government says it is encouraging them to become citizens, and that the Kremlin is using the issue to create political instability.
It's a massive propaganda, massive information campaign, even warfare, not only here, and not only using Russian-speaking media, but also using other channels.
Russian speakers often live separate lives from their Latvian neighbours, with different national holidays, and often only consuming media coming from Moscow. So there's a fear that the Kremlin could encourage Latvia's predominantly Russian-speaking border regions to follow Crimea's example and join Russia.
The situation when so many people are heavily relying on the Russian news sources, it means that actually Russia have instrument to change their minds if they would like to.
Diverging views about who is to blame for the Ukraine crisis are creating an ever greater rift in Latvian society. Until now, Russian speakers have mainly lived together peacefully with ethnic Latvians. But if the conflict in Ukraine gets worse, that relationship could turn frosty.
And that was Focus. I'll be back at the top of the hour just 2 minutes from now. Stay tuned.